El Guapo.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Point Taken, or the Victory Point podcast. My name is Alex Martinet. Welcome back to the show. It's been about 2 weeks since we had a formal episode since the E3 madness happened during last week. We couldn't really do a real show. We couldn't do a show that we could actually put on YouTube. Once again, Andrew is back on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, Alex. Good to have you guys back.
And Tyler.
Yeah, we're back. The madness, baby. Arrgh.
Only 350-something days till the next E3.
Oh, God. I don't even want to think about E3 at the moment.
Time to debut my third persona, which is Angry T. Girl.
Oh.
I'm angry about some video games.
How are you doing?
This is going to get big on YouTube. This is how I get the YouTube stardom. Angry T. Girl.
How are you doing post E3? Are you sick? Are you you having any flu or any of that sort?
Let me tell you something, Alex. I am angry. No, I feel great. I feel great. I'm feeling inspired. I'm motivated. E3 was great for me. I had a good time.
Yeah, this was the first time that it was open to the public. Quotation marks. Last year it was somewhat open. They were beta testing it, but this year 17,000, 15,000-ish were bought tickets, and I think it was 68,000 went to the convention center. Yeah, and that kind of made things kind of hectic during the convention center, walking the show floors and both south and west halls. I kind of missed a couple of appointments just walking both halls. And, of course, I totally understand. I should have kind of prepped more. I should have understood that it's going to be kind of hectic. But one thing I was kind of surprised about is like how little security there was. Like there was no, metal detections anywhere. Like there was just these people that would just show your badge or just scan your badge.
Yeah, I got in a few times without like even anybody checking my badge.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, for the most part,
if you were to just stand around the hall and just wait for your moment when the security go because it's just one person per door, and once they're distracted or something, you can easily just walk right in.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of points where, just like Tyler just said, the way that PAX sets things up is that you're filed into one way to enter or exit the building. And that's really efficient for how they're going to monitor it. And I was really worried that something was going to happen because I think the week leading up to it, someone tried to kill the Green Ranger at Arizona Comic-Con. So I just figured something was going to happen at this convention center because they just didn't.
Wait, like a Power Ranger?
Yeah, the Power Ranger.
Jason David Frank?
Yep.
Yeah, well...
yeah, that was at Phoenix Comic-Con.
Jesus didn't tap, bro, so that's all you need to know about that.
I just figured something was going to happen. I'm glad it didn't happen, but clearly I think they're going to learn a lot from this year. Because in some ways I think it was a success that nothing did happen. But I don't want to be too negative. I don't want to say
that's a really low bar for success, to go well, hey, nobody was murdered.
I mean, I got at a certain point, I think they just didn't have any security at the convention center, or just any of that sort of what I was really expecting. But anyways, I don't want to get too negative. I want to kind of talk about.
Well, that and just to interject, that definitely seems like the theme of this show was that the show accepted 15,000 fans, but the show didn't accommodate for 15,000 fans. So they didn't change the floor pan to accommodate these people. They didn't, get more security to get these people. If they should have changed the layouts of the show floor. And it was things I was talking to some of my journalist friends where people were waiting in line to get a theater demo, and they were back to back with kiosks, so lines were intermingling and things like that. They need to, next year, if they do open it for the public again, they just need to figure out spacing and make either change times of when press and public are allowed to go, or just change the layout so traffic can move more freely.
It was definitely busier, but I didn't really have any issue with the public being there. Like, I still got all the work done I would have
Cool,
if
awesome.
like they weren't there.
That's good to hear. I hope they do it again. I hope
The only thing that's rough is if you don't have like an appointment for stuff, simply because the lines are so long.
Yeah. Hours, yeah.
But other than like longer lines, like it wasn't like mass chaos or anything. It was like slightly annoying, but like there was always unprofessional people that got into E3 somehow that were slightly annoying anyhow. So like at least I could justify it here where it wasn't like, oh my god, how did this guy get a badge? I'm like, oh, I hope that guy's public. And then you see he's actually like media, and you're like, Jesus Christ. But like there's at least those moments where you can pretend that they have the green public pass.
Yeah. So let's kind of start off and talk about each of the conferences. The first one was Electronic Arts. What did you guys think of what Electronic Arts showed off? For the most part, it was kind of the big showing for Battlefront 2. Not the 2003 game, but the 2017 game. Yeah, a lot like. I think they're trying to make it the actual Battlefront that we should have gotten in 2014, 2015. I believe that's when the first Battlefront came out.
I thought it was a pretty lame conference though, like overall.
Yeah.
The only thing that like really stood out as being cool was A Way Out, which is the Brothers director's new game. That game looks awesome.
That looks really
otherwise,
cool.
there was a lot of like decent looking like sequels that like I don't know, they weren't really exciting to show off.
At least, yeah, sorry to interject, but at least they had people on stage. Like this year, E3, the press conferences are becoming more, let's press play on a trailer and show a trailer on a big screen.
Yeah, Sony's was especially bad with that.
It's not embarrassing, but it's just like at some point they don't need people to be there anymore. You don't have to have an event.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, like the two things that interested me the most was the Madden long shot mode. It's the single player campaign that they're introducing to the Madden franchise, which is something they're continuing from the FIFA franchise.
Yeah,
that I'm looking forward to. I'm wondering. They're bringing back Alex Hunter into this year's FIFA Hunt and FIFA series.
An interesting thing to note about that Madden franchise mode is you don't play a single game of football. It is essentially a choose-your-own-adventure game leading you from high school to your time drafted in the NFL, and it tells the story of you and your buddy, who's played by Stone Street from Friday Night Lights, the television show. Mahershala Ali's also in it.
Yep.
Mahershala, excuse me, Ali's in it. But yeah, no football in that game. It's more of like a telltale choose-your-own-adventure game. You can get drafted, your buddy can get drafted, or neither of you can get drafted. It's a really cool dynamic.
I'm going to make sure nobody gets drafted. I'm going to ruin the lives of everybody involved.
Yeah, chaotic neutral. Just throw your friend under the bus so you get drafted higher.
Yeah, like of all the companies that would go down this route, I would say EA is probably the least likely.
It's cool though. It's like a cool thing to have in that game, and I hope it turns out to be like an interesting thing.
I mean, also, I just hope it's a runaway success like Alex Hunter, because we're all thrilled to see him return.
Well, actually, the people that like football, FIFA, they actually like the Alex Hunter mode.
Yeah.
They think it was a really cool thing, and they actually like that it's continuing his story and it's bringing characters back from the previous FIFA
Maybe
games.
It's just who I've talked to, but everybody I talked to said it was kind of lame. But granted, it is a small sample size.
It is definitely cheesy at parts, but I do like at least this is the first stage of it, and I wasn't expecting at all to be a second stage.
I'm just ready for like FIFA like 25 or something, where it's continuing the story and he's just old and he's run down and he has to play like in an MLS league in Oregon or something. And that's
I want to see personally. I want to see what's back up with my boy Frequency Vibrations from NBA 2K.
I like that story mode too, a Spike Lee joint.
I think this
bad.
Yeah, the myth or the problems that this is just a simple roster update, and this helps. Maybe not for a lot of people, but help say, hey, like you're not just getting a roster update. You're getting a full single player campaign. You're getting a lot of great. You're getting a lot of great additions to your favorite sports franchises. The other announcement of Ish, it was kind of already revealed, but Need for Speed Takedown.
Payback.
God, I literally think this is the worst name because it's like Payback. It's all these cheesy action flick names.
It's like a WWE pay-per-view name.
Introducing WWE Payback.
That actually is an event, by the way.
God damn it. Yeah.
Well, here's something. This is what they really should do. See, the next WWE event is called WWE Great Balls of Fire. So how about it's terrible. So how about Need for Speed Fire?
Oh god.
Yeah, they did show some of the Need for Speed game, which looks like Fast and Furious the game. So I'm interested to check that out.
We were kind of talking about it before, but it does take a. I wish they would have called it the Run 2. The Run took your character from San Francisco and made him travel from all the way to San Francisco to New York.
Yeah,
and quick time
Run
events.
2, keep on running.
Yeah. Again,
it was fun for the time, but I do think that it didn't.
For naming sakes, from the people that I've talked to, they universally think the Run has been the worst Need for Speed game in the last 10 years. So I think naming the Run 2, might be a naming convention-wise. It might hurt it more than help it because they're like, oh, the Run was very bad. Why would I play the Run 2?
Has there been
Payback's not a great name either, but
has there really been a bad Need for Speed game?
Yes, the Run.
No. I'm talking about besides the Run.
Yes.
Yeah, I think all of them have been pretty lackluster. In all honesty, the one from 2014, 2015 was great.
Was it Most Wanted?
Yeah, Most Wanted was fine.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
Yeah, that's an old game though.
Most Wanted, I think, was like Xbox.
That came out on Vita as well. I had a Vita version and on Wii U, everybody's favorite console. In fact, wait, do I have it? Oh yeah,
you don't have it. No one has that.
Need for Speed Most Wanted on the Wii U.
Oh,
so,
what the?
This shows what a high quality video game this is.
Fair enough.
It had Wii U exclusive features. You had a co-driver mode, all kinds of good stuff. You took full control of the gamepad.
Yeah, but going back to EA, they spent a majority of their time just doing a Battlefield 2 demo. Which, sure, I mean, if that's up your alley, multiplayer Battlefield. I mean, if what you saw you liked, I'm more interested in the single player. But yeah, I'm sure it was a weirdly paced press conference, and I don't know if they're going to do anything like that again next year.
That actress they had on to talk about Battlefront, she sounded like the most like fakest like enthusiasm. And the thing is, I think she's actually like enthusiastic, but she sounded so fake.
It's hard because when you're reading from a teleprompter and stuff like that.
Is it? I mean, that's literally her job as an actress.
Yes, no. She is a big. I hate the word gamer, but she is a big person who plays video games.
But I mean, like your whole thing of being an actress is like to be believable, and yet she came across as like
yes and no.
Worse than like
it's also
regular
the script that you're
people.
presented. I know you love video games, but if a businessman gave you a script to say how you love a video game and it's not you speaking, it's what they say.
Let me tell you, I will know whatever I'm given because Andrew Esposito, I am a professional.
I believe you are. It's just, again, when the materials thing... Transformers 5 comes out today, and Anthony Hopkins is in it. Anthony Hopkins can only be it can only be as good as the script he's given. But
I get what both of you are saying, but I remember watching that show, and a lot of people were telling me that the teleprompter guy wasn't working, or the teleprompter wasn't working. So I think it was more just the tech wasn't working. But
she came across very poorly.
But like
she had a nice dress though. So.
I'm not even gonna. I just think that something happened on the tech side. And I know Jesse Wellings or Jesse, whoever it was, Jesse.
Can we talk about that YouTuber that didn't know what to do when they?
I think that was mostly just Jesse at that time.
Yeah, and he said he was nervous. He put out a video.
Was a total goof.
Well, he put out a video about it. He said he was nervous that speaking in front of 500 people live and obviously thousands watching. And he said that the teleprompter was acting up a little bit. So I understand why someone's public speaking is not the easiest thing in the world.
Maybe EA should like get away from influencers actually get like proper hosts.
Yeah, but you see, I don't want to jump ahead conferences, but you see another company ditch their host this year for a more, low-key conference.
I think the big takeaway from the EA conference is that EA is relying heavily on Battlefront 2, and I give them a lot of credit because there's a Star Wars movie coming out. It's episode 7.
Was anyone like impressed by like what they saw of Battlefront 2? Because it just looked like more Battlefront.
Looks like more Battlefront. Like I said, I'm interested in the single player. I'll probably dive into that, but multiplayer looks like more Battlefront. I like the message that they're sending with Battlefront 2, though.
Yeah, I do.
With the free content updates and things like that. I think that is beneficial towards multiplayer players.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like they're relying on that, on Battlefront, a lot in that fourth quarter, more than usual. And for that reason, that probably comes off pretty weak, that conference. And I don't think they should have had a 30-minute unscripted playable demo. That probably backfired them a little bit, but I still think it was a decent conference on my side just because I'm a sports fan. But if you're not a sports fan, that probably comes up as the weakest conference.
I don't know about that. I will say they had the game I'm most interested in. Like they had the reveal that like spoke to me the most with A Way Out. Like I can't wait for that game.
Okay, speaking of,
probably the most impressive thing I've seen. Yeah.
Let's go down the list real quick. So I guess Alex, you can reintroduce a lot of stuff.
So about was it early May? How was it early June? One of the two. We did our predictions episode. I will link it in the show notes if you haven't seen it already. We did a predictions episode for each of the 5 conferences or 6 conferences. Andrew, you predicted that we would get a BioWare new IP.
Which they did. They showed Anthem.
But that was an Xbox conference. So that's fine.
They did reveal it first at EA. I think he gets it. He gets it.
Yeah, it's whatever.
That's 100%. I said BioWare's new IP.
Yeah, okay.
They showed BioWare's new IP.
Yeah. You get 5 points even if it was a safe bet.
Star Wars: The Old Republic expansion, that didn't happen.
Nope.
Boring sports star, that didn't happen.
I would argue Alex Hunter showing up is a boring sports star.
No.
I feel like that's
we're talking about
like famous people.
Yeah,
I mean, like I get to a certain degree. I don't think that was ever going to happen because this year they have Ronaldo on FIFA and Tom Brady on Madden, so that probably wasn't going to happen.
Although both are extremely boring individuals.
Probably, yeah. For me, I predicted that we're going to get a Star Wars Uncharted, just something regarding that.
Yeah, which is still coming. I mean, Amy Hennig's Star Wars game is sort of talking like a third-person Star Wars Uncharted. It just wasn't shown at EA.
That's a 0-pointer.
Fight Night, nothing regarding that. No. So,
what about our big wishes, Alex?
No, there's one more. Alex predicted that the Hoop God would make.
We were gonna get the Hoop God return, but technically we got NBA Live. So does that count?
No,
we didn't.
I had the Hoop God on stage.
Okay.
Yeah, we need the Hoop God.
For our big wishes, KOTOR 3. Nope, that didn't happen. Skate 4, that didn't happen.
Although Skate 4 was trending on Twitter.
It was, but never
thanks to Austin Walker, who was hashtagging all of his tweets, Skate 4 during like all the E3 press conferences.
But an EA original game was announced.
No.
Published by Hazelight Studios is published by Electronic Arts. I would consider A Way Out an EA original game.
All right,
I'll give you this one.
I think it does fall under their branding, so yeah.
No.
So 15 points. He's the only one on the board right now.
He's
Andrew,
on the board.
Big Money Esposito.
Round 1.
Let's go, boys.
After 1.
So the next press conference to happen was on Sunday afternoon, and that was Microsoft's press conference.
Let's talk about.
I can't believe Andrew has 15 points.
Don't worry, he'll lose it all next round.
Wait a second. What do you mean? Let's talk about this. I firmly believe behind Ubisoft and Nintendo's Direct. I think Microsoft had the best press conference.
No, I've been meaning to talk about it. So I'm like,
so you mean that they had the third?
Exactly, they had the third best press conference, but like, at least they tried to make it a press conference. I mean, they brought a car.
It was fine.
Like,
I wasn't like amazed by anything, but I liked what I saw from Microsoft. They had a bunch of games. They had 42 games, but the weird thing is they had about like 18 until this indie sizzle reel that happened, which added 16 more.
Yeah.
So like the amount of games they showed was really
I don't
overinflated.
I don't think they really had a bad conference. It's just that I thought they should have, when they announced the name for Xbox One X, their new console name or the new console. I thought they should have
about that too.
We'll get to that in a second, but when they announced they should have announced the price right away. That way, there was this looming crowd over the entire.
I think the reason why they didn't make a big deal about the price is because it's not a good price for that system.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not a good price. I don't think people would look at it.
Again, it's
Like,
going to
they
come
didn't even
down.
put
It's
it on
going to
the
come
screen.
down in a year or so. I don't think that. I think personally, you could wait. We're going to talk about it in a second, but
yeah.
But if they announce the price in the first 20 minutes, and that's when they announce the name.
But here's the thing: are people even going to be wanting to buy an
been,
Xbox in 2018?
The message
like at the end of that year.
The message would have been games, not just this looming price cloud. And that's what everyone's talking about now.
My scariest thing is their messaging was so off-brand because they're touting that they have the most powerful console, but all their games come to PC. So they're undercutting themselves by saying, hey, we have the powerful console, but if you care about power, the PC you can play all these games on, and they're going to look and play better. So,
yeah, they didn't sell me on the Scorpio like I was hoping they would. But like, I'm not calling it the Xbox One X.
I'm very scared. I'm very scared. They don't have any new IPs. They didn't announce or show any new IPs at the Xbox press conference.
I think that'll be next year. But I keep saying this every year for them.
I hope so, because it's very scary when Forza 7, sure, it's going to be great. Crackdown 3, I hope it's great. But other than those two things, and we knew those were coming, they have nothing. They have nothing.
What about Cuphead? So
Cuphead,
like,
I'm excited for Cuphead. I'm very excited for Cuphead. I've heard that game has serious issues when you're not playing in the boss battle part. When you're playing the added platforming sections, I heard that game has serious issues for the platforming
did they
sections.
show that stuff?
But because originally it was just a boss game, all it was a bunch of bosses. But then they said, "Hey, we have to make this game meatier," and they added platforming sections. And I heard
were there previews out for that? For the
there's a section, and a lot of people got to play it. But I've heard the platforming sections are rough. But yeah, I'm excited for those things. But man,
so let's talk about our predictions. And we made
I got a few words to say here, real quick.
Well, they're just topic starters.
Well, I have nothing to say about the topics here. Real quick, I just want to say I liked a few things from Microsoft's conference. I really liked Sea of Thieves looks great. And I thought the PlayerUnknown Battleground announcement was a big deal to capitalize on that. So, like, those two announcements were probably my favorite thing. I thought what they shared with Crackdown, where like they had like a Terry Crews ad for half of it, was a really ineffective way to sell that game. It has me very worried about Crackdown 3. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Please continue, Alex.
That would feel bad. If you guys are excited for Crackdown 3, I highly recommend you go to Microsoft's YouTube channel and watch the stuff that was shown on the show floor to get a better sense of what that thing is, because the press conference reels for it were just awful.
Yeah, again, I think the biggest review.
Does it look better from what they showed on their
It actually looks like Crackdown, though. Like, if you want to see Crackdown, that trailer that they showed at the press conference didn't show you that. This is a game where the more you jump, the jump ability is going to go up. The more you do these type of things, it's an orb. I think they called it the skills for kills mode is what they showed on the show floor. And it's just like the more you do the things, the more you level up in those specific systems. Yeah, they talked about the not procedure generated, but they talked about that dynamic changing world depending on how you go after the gangs and the kingpins and stuff like that. And that stuff's all interesting. Also,
powered by the cloud.
Also, no.
Not anymore.
No. Yeah. The single player is not powered by the cloud. The competitive multiplayer is the only thing in Crackdown that uses the Acer cloud technology for the destruction. But the single player and the 4-player co-op, which the entire game is playable in 4-player co-op, is not powered by the cloud.
It's also 30 frames per second or so.
Yeah, that's another thing. I guess we'll wrap around to the Xbox One X. But what is it for? Like, these games need to play parity. They ask the Assassin's Creed people, they go, so what is it going to be? They're like, 60 frames on this thing? They're like, no, it's going to be 30 it's going to look better. Even then, after that, it announced that it's going to be upscaled a little bit.
I don't think that's because of Xbox One. I think that's because
it's because of the Xbox. It's theoretically based on the Xbox One because they have to have the same game on the Xbox One.
Well, it's also easier for them to develop for PlayStation 4. It's easier for them to skew. But yeah, to your same point.
Yeah, and the games that are multi-platform, they have to have parity between them. People are like, so is Destiny going to run on 60 frames on the Xbox One X? Of course it's not. I mean, they could never do that. They could never segregate the fan base like that and say it's 60 frames here, but if you have an Xbox One, it's 30 frames. They could never do that.
I would say the other kind of the big news, I guess this is more a Microsoft spin. After I would say it wasn't received well at the conference, was that Minecraft could be playable on all platforms, including the Nintendo Switch, and on, I guess, presumably on PlayStation, but I guess Sony's not really allowing that.
Sony does not want that to happen.
So
they were kind of brash about it, and Paul Ryan said something to the effects of like, we can protect our players, but we don't know about outside influences. And Phil Spencer had a great interview on Giant Bomb's late night show, and he's like, that rubbed them the wrong way, because it's like, what do you mean protect your players from that stuff? But yeah, it's interesting.
For the most part, yeah. Like if Nintendo, the most scrutinized, that's going to look over every game coming onto the platform, that has a long history of doing that, is going to allow Minecraft, allow the Microsoft service onto Nintendo Switch. That's kind of BS. But that was kind of more, I think, I don't think that was more or less anything to do with that.
Yeah, and again, let's be honest. Let's call it what it is. Second place going to talk like a second place person. When Microsoft was in first place last year, and they were saying the same things. They were saying, hey, you know what? We're going to keep our games on Xbox. PlayStation can keep their games on PlayStation. We don't need crossplay at this moment. When you're behind, you are going to say that we should all win together. But when you're in first place, of course, you're going to want to sell more boxes and continue to be in first. That's one of the definitely deciding factors about this decision for Sony, of course.
All right, so let's get to our predictions now that Tyler is back. I thought they would have a new IP, at least a couple of new IPs, but they didn't have one. So it's kind of a strikeout on me. Tyler, you thought the Scorpio was going to be 600 plus. So definitely not right. Andrew, Cuphead release date.
Let's go, boys.
Espa's getting credit for a lot of easy stuff here.
This is
these were locks.
With all due respect, Cuphead needed to have a release date, or else it will never come out at this point.
That's true.
You also thought Phantom Dust HD was going to get announced. That didn't happen. Tyler, you said Phil Spencer needs to apologize for what?
Oh, hey, fuck me though. Phantom Dust HD came out
before the conference.
I know. So
it didn't happen, man.
Hey, I'm glad it's out at least.
So I feel like Phil Spencer apologized.
For what? What do you apologize for?
He said we'll do better. Then he just solved them off.
Okay.
No, that was a mistake.
I'm the Supreme Court here. We finally got our Crackdown 3 release date, so I got one there.
Yeah, there you go. You're on the board.
For our big wishes, Scorpio, I thought it'd be $399 to $450. It's close.
You're off the mark.
Yeah. You thought there'd be a baseball game on the Xbox, but fucking why? And
see, I have a better vision for the Xbox brand than Microsoft does. That's the whole issue. Phil Spencer, contact me. I'll get you guys running straight.
So I think that I also watched the Phil Spencer interview that Giant Bob had. I think that was a really great, insightful interview because
wonderful.
Because it also revealed we're not going to announce things that are 2 years out, 3 years out. And you look at Nintendo, and they don't even Metroid is like, hey, it's in development, but we're gonna give you like a
2018.
logo.
Well, they're
They
now
came out-
saying it's next
They
year,
came
which
out,
it
they came
definitely
out
won't
today
be,
that
though.
said 2018. I highly doubt it, but they said
Yeah.
next year.
That's
It may have been a misquote. It wasn't like an official announcement.
but like, where I'm getting at is that Andrew, you thought there'd be like a Halo 6 announcement, and that's like, well, no shit, it's gonna happen. We know it's gonna.
One of those things. One of the reasons why I said there would be a Halo 6 announcement was because 343 said they were going to tease something Halo, and it ended up being Halo Wars 2 DLC.
But like, my point is that like, at least get people talking about Halo. At least get people talking about Gears. Or let's get people talking about some new IP. Even like when they were talking about like when they're revealing the Xbox One, like way back, like 2013, that awful press conference. They had like Crackdown and there's like that logo on the far right, and that was like a little tease back then. At least we were talking about Crackdown, but we aren't talking about anything related to like future Xbox projects.
Sea of Thieves, baby. Woo!
I'm not even excited about Sea of Thieves. I couldn't care less.
I think that game looks great.
I think that looks like. I think that's going to flop. I really do. But that's just me talking.
Yeah, so interesting. Yeah, and I understand. I hope 343 is taking their time and ruminating and making Halo 6 everything, especially if it does end the saga.
Here's my idea for Halo 6. They should make a Halo game that doesn't suck.
They should make a Halo game that stars Master Chief. How about that? Just give me that again.
Yeah, for the most part, like I just want Microsoft to at least do both sides of the argument. I like how Phil Spencer's like, okay, we're going to talk about everything for the majority. Like we're going to talk about everything releasing this year, but you got to.
Oh wait! I think there was a baseball game, wasn't there?
What?
No.
I'm thinking. I wasn't first party.
No.
Wasn't one of the indies baseball? Let me see.
That's
Xbox.
No.
E3.
We're talking about like MLB the Show.
Okay,
style.
wait. Let's let him look that up and.
Yeah,
we'll
continue
move on to Bethesda.
on.
But wait, before we move on to Bethesda, I do want to mention, because we briefly brazed over it, I think that Microsoft will have a tough time selling Xbox One X's. I think $499 is a very high price point. They didn't do enough to tell me what my games do differently on the Xbox One X than what they do with One X. That being said, I think $199 is a wonderful price point for the Xbox One S. Yeah. And I think they will sell a lot of those this holiday, especially as a very attractive price for a 4K Blu-ray player.
I do think, though, it's like I don't think the 4K TV market is quite there yet.
No, it's tough, too. Sony said that 20%, so 1 in every 5 PlayStations that they sell is a Pro. And that's not very good. So people aren't adopting that. And this is more expensive than that. So I think that it'll be interesting to see those numbers when they do come out, the conversion rate. But cool. Yeah. Bethesda. Or press play to start a slideshow of trailers.
I don't really mind what Bethesda did.
I heard it was a fun event. I heard Bethesda Land was a cool thing to go to. But that being said, it really was just a bunch of trailers. In all honesty, can we just do our predictions and then we could talk about them while we do the predictions? Because I think, it's a pretty tame thing.
Yeah, we hit most of it, actually.
It's a basketball game. That's what it was. Dunk Lords. That was the game I was thinking of.
So for our predictions, I thought they would announce a Wolfenstein game, and that obviously happened.
Perfect. Which looks great, by the way. They showed like a 10-minute sizzle reel of it, and it looks awesome. Wolfenstein's a great game. If you haven't played The New Order, highly recommend you check it out. I think it's $9.99 on PSN right now, which is a great game, which is a steal for that.
I also recommend the DLC for that.
Yeah, the Old Blood.
Yeah.
That's great,
Old Blood sucked.
The Old Blood didn't suck.
Yeah.
There's
games that sucked. They announced
flaming Nazis.
They announced New Evil Within. Which
Easy.
is all.
Evil Within was fine.
No, it sucked.
Oh my god.
Evil Within 2. I'm on the board. Suck it. 5 points for me.
Evil Within was fine. It wasn't good or great.
I'm coming back. 5 points. Let's keep going down this list.
Hey guys, let me talk to you about Dishonored 2 DLC.
Whatever. Wait, it's not Dishonored 2 DLC. It's just Dishonored.
We didn't get a Fallout 4 VR release date, did we?
I think we did.
No, we didn't. We didn't get a Fallout 4 release. I just got just more teasing. But they did say that it would come out this year.
Yeah, they did say it's coming out this year. So
But
It's not a release date. That's not a release
fine.
date.
There's no release date.
I'll see how stingy you guys are with the other picks. You gave me a few over there. I'll let this one slide.
Okay.
So we did get Quake Champions news. We got
What did we
BJ
get from it?
BJ Blasters is in Quake. Put him on the board.
Wait. That was more just a esports crap.
They added a new character. They added
Okay.
I'm giving it to him.
Okay. I thought
no Elder Scrolls.
No Elder Scrolls 6. Oh, fuck these wishes.
Yeah, we're way off. For the wishes, Brink 2, that didn't happen. I really do wish we got a Brink.
So this is where I got to fight. Doom single player expansion. They announced Doom VR single player. It's more Doom. It's single player. Come on.
No.
An expansion of the base game.
Absolutely not.
Putting in assets.
No.
That's 10 points for your boy.
Absolutely not.
No.
10 points.
Absolutely not.
It's just the same VR.
Absolutely not.
I'm sorry.
It's a new single player Doom.
Absolutely not.
I'm sorry, Tyler.
If I don't, yeah, definitely not. Sorry. And hey, journalists are treated better. Nope.
No, hell no. I got that single player. I should have 10 more points.
I don't think
That's
so.
all. Remember, I may have 10 points officially, but 20 points in your hearts.
Oh boy. Okay, so the next
after round 3, what do we have? I have 10. Andrew has a gajillion, probably at this point.
25.
Yeah, 25. Oh shit.
It looks like you're not even on the board now, Andrew.
Tyler, you have 0.
He's got 5.
I have 10. I have 20.
5.
10.
Oh, 10, excuse me.
All right.
Does Andrew have 25? Because he had 15.
I have my wish.
He got one thing right on this one.
My big wish was worth 10.
But you didn't get your big wish right. It was journalists.
EA. I got my big wish right for EA.
All right. Let's do round 4.
It's not already added?
Yeah.
It's already added.
So 10 for that.
But he had 15 coming into Bethesda. Or was was it wrong? Okay.
I had 20. I had 20
okay. There we go. We're caught up.
Yeah.
It's all fair.
15 plus 10.
Although I should have 20. I feel like the Doom is total bullshit, and you guys are hating on a young
all right,
boy.
fine. Let's make it interesting then. I want it to be close.
Okay, that's fair. Give it to him. Give it to the kid.
Let's give VR credit for once.
Thank you, America. I love you all.
Ubisoft, which I think was the best press conference.
I would lean Nintendo, but
I think Nintendo was great too.
Okay, so for our predictions for Ubisoft, AC reveal, I got that one right.
You did get the most obvious prediction on here.
Hey! I would have done my.
That was the smart strategy. We should have all done easy stuff like that. Like I should have said, EA will show Madden. Like
that's true.
Alex, you also thought there would be a new Rayman, and unfortunately, no new Rayman.
I got Beyond Good Evil 2, and that's 10 points.
Wait, we're not there yet. What are you doing jumping ahead? What are you doing jumping ahead?
You jumped ahead by going to Rayman.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, let's go back. Alex, AC Preview. Tyler thought that Aish Tyler was going to be there again.
I've never been happier to be wrong and lose 5 points.
Fair enough. But Andrew coming in with 10 points, which we got FIFA coming to the Switch with a hot FIFA port. A good one.
Oh, FIFA's EA.
No, but it was shown off.
It was shown. I'll
at Ubisoft. Not at Ubisoft. We're talking about Ubisoft. What Switch ports did they have?
They had Switch ports. Ubisoft said they were making games for the Switch.
Which? What ports did they have?
It's
Just Dance coming to the Switch.
Fuck. You got me. You got one point.
No, Just Dance. The Panda Bear.
And then,
South Park. We got a release date for South Park.
No Tom Clancy game, was there? They didn't have that spaceship game. They didn't give that Tom Clancy branding. Fuck.
Tyler with a big Beyond Good and Evil 2 was thrown there, which is awesome. Also, one of my surprises of the show was Rayman, Mario and Rayman Rabbids. I love XCOM, so if it's anything like XCOM, I'm super excited to try that out.
Are we going to count Rabbids as a Rayman game? We could.
Yeah,
it is of the greater Rayman fiction.
I mean, they are from Rayman. I'll give it to you.
All right.
There was no Just Dance, unfortunately, Tyler. The Panda
Yeah,
came
that
out
was
and
a-
dabbed.
See, that was that was going out on a limb. That's why it was a big lock 10-pointer. But yeah, they had Just Dance again. Motherfuckers.
Who was the singer again? Was it some unknown or some YouTuber, I guess?
Do they have a singer? I haven't seen all of the Ubisoft stuff.
Yeah, I think she was an unknown. And unfortunately, no Child of Light 2, which is a shame. But yeah, Ubisoft was great because it felt like an actual press conference. Like they had people up there presenting their games, talking about their games. That guy was crying when Miyamoto-san mentioned him, which was awesome. And then they ended with a reveal, that was a typical cut and paste type of press conference from days old. And I like that. It had that nostalgic feeling of it, and showing a big grandiose game like Beyond Good and Evil 2 that might be far out. It's cool to see that kind of stuff.
All right. And now it's time for. Oh, what did you guys think of Ubisoft? Did you think it was?
I liked it. I liked
the best conference, or?
I really like seeing Miyamoto and Guillermo
with the gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were really cute together.
I like seeing the developer cry about not like his game being worshipped by Miyamoto. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was definitely had some more heart in it compared to EA.
Oh my God, Alex, are we wearing the same headsets?
Yeah, we went to the Konami booth today. Yeah. It happens.
They're both fucking hacks. Oh my God.
What are those headsets?
So we went to the Konami PES booth, whatever that was for Metal Gear, whatever, Survive.
Yeah, Konami.
We're on a budget here. Listeners, we're on a budget here.
Oh, that's funny.
Bless up, Konami.
And just think, Andrew, if you had went, you could have these too.
All right, let's get to PlayStation. They showed off Spider-Man at the end, so that one counts.
Yeah, that was a really weak. Not that the game looked bad or anything, but it's a really weak closer for Sony.
I think Spider-Man can be great. I mean, Insomnia has a good pedigree. It's just the demo that they showed was very, pizzazz more than a meaty gameplay demo. Was a lot.
It also just looked like it looks like more of Batman Arkham. It looked like, which is fine. That's not a bad thing, but it wasn't really impressive.
Fair enough.
I thought the PlayStation conference was just there was no really big reveals, and I thought they didn't really have to do much to impress. They already have a huge lead over Microsoft, and potentially if Microsoft came down, let's just say if the price for the Xbox One X was $399 at $499, maybe they might have done something else, but it seems like they might have not been ambitious as they wanted to be. That's my
what they did show. They shared all some high quality VR games. We got a ton coming from Supermassive.
Yeah, I heard Moss is one of the coolest things for the show.
Yeah,
that little mouse game.
Impatient, which is a Until Dawn prequel. They have a first person shooter that looks cool from Supermassive. Big night for Supermassive games.
Yeah, Bravo Team was another one.
Yeah, Bravo Team. That's the shooter. It's kind of. I heard that's more of like a arcade style shooter where you're moving from place to place, kind of like Time Crisis.
Yeah. At this point, though, I don't want any more. I want less shooters in VR. But that's cool. That's really cool.
I did find it kind of neat that they're bringing back Shadow of the Colossus for another HD remaster. It wouldn't surprise me if they're just porting the 2011 remaster. I think that's the 2011.
I mean, nah, it seems totally redone from what they showed.
But that was a nice little thing. That was a nice little surprise that I wasn't expecting to get. Kind of just keep on going down lists.
Uncharted, we got some new Uncharted Lost Legacy footage. That looks great.
That opened the show, I think.
Yep, that's coming out.
Andrew going on a limb like always with these locks.
Oh.
No GTA Sport release though. That was
that was on the pre-show. Did not count.
Yeah, wait, no. I'm talking.
Nope, we're not counting that. That does not. That does not.
I want pre-show. I want pre-show announcements to join this.
Nope.
If it was
Nope.
announced at E3, I want it to be acceptable on this
Nope.
list.
No, this is press conference.
No,
You know
no,
what?
no, 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 no,
It
no,
is
no,
called
no, no,
E3
no,
predictions.
no, 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 no.
No.
It's called E3 predictions.
No.
That's what the document's called.
No.
E3 predictions.
No.
What will happen
no.
at E3?
Here's the thing, Andrew. We can stretch a little bit, like the Doom expansion being the VR, but we can't stretch it so much that the pre-show actually matters.
Wait a second, though. It's E3 predictions. It's what was announced and happened at E3.
In all honesty, I'm with Andrew here.
Let's be honest here. If Sony doesn't think it should make the main show, it probably shouldn't make the cut
Okay,
here.
well then, in May of 2017, the year our Lord, when we started this document, Alex should have named this E3 press conference predictions.
Yeah, this is true. We needed more clarification from Alex. It's
This
clearly
was
his fault.
E3.
Okay,
His fault.
I will. We'll note this for next year then. We'll do. I'm sorry.
So on that same Esposito tip, I want to say that the true Death Stranding trailer was the one that wasn't shown. And that's really Kojima's mind games with us. So I should get 5 points for their
No, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. And
Andrew, I had you back just now.
Alex doesn't get Detroit. No way.
That was shown during the conference.
Nope. But it was gameplay, but it wasn't really a demo. So it was just a trailer. So I don't think that's fair. Nobody was playing it. It was gameplay, but it was a trailer, so that shouldn't count. It was just a video. Oh wait, he did it.
Oh,
that's weird. He did it. This is rigged. This is rigged. This is rigged.
Well, if our elections are rigged, this is
the
rigged.
Knack 2 wasn't shown.
It was shown during the pre-show.
The pre-show doesn't count. I'm with.
It was revealed beforehand too.
That's 15 points you just took away from me. 15 beautiful baby boy points that you took away from me.
I was taking this seriously until I started losing, so I'm all about screwing Andrew out of the win here.
Oh my god. Pre-show. Oh my god, it counted.
It was revealed beforehand too. We knew about Knack beforehand.
We didn't know about Knack.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we knew about Knack. Everyone knew Knack before Knack existed.
Okay, well, I still win.
Knack practically raised me as a child.
I still win, so get fucked. Let's go. Let's finish this.
He's a Jets fan.
I think
He's used to that.
Espo
He's
deserves the points.
No, it's fine. I still win. I've done the math in my head already, so it's okay.
Don't worry. I know I'm not going to get anything from Nintendo, so you have this one locked up.
Move on. Oh, yeah. So our wishes were Red Dead Redemption 2 DLC. We didn't get any Red Dead Redemption news.
Nope.
PlayStation 1 games potentially coming, more backwards compatibility stuff. Unfortunately, no. And a Knack
If
2
only I
reveal.
said Xbox One games,
Which-
then I would have been correct.
Which we did get just in the pre-show. We got to see some sweet Knack co-op footage. Mark Cerny was
And we
out there
know.
promoting it. Okay. Also, I'm clicking accept on this Postmates order, and it's going to be here in 25 to 30 minutes. So just putting that out there for the show length. But yes,
Order.
I ordered some Chipotle. You know, a little Chipotle, a little
Yeah.
Chipotle action. You know, get a little
All right.
burrito, chips and salsa.
Move this along.
Nintendo.
Yes, Nintendo.
Skyrim release date, that didn't
Nope.
happen.
Nope.
We didn't get a new IP from Nintendo.
Did they
either.
not give a Skyrim release date?
No.
Nope.
They
No.
just showed the Zelda stuff.
It
Okay.
is 2017, though, I think Todd Howard said. I mean, Bethesda said.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any new IPs.
No.
Oh.
No, it's just the same stuff they've been
Because the
recycling.
stuff they revealed was Kirby and Yoshi. You know,
Unless you want to count Metroid, and we
No,
haven't
that's
had
not a new IP. That's not
yeah.
a new IP.
that's not a new IP. As much as I wish it was for those sweet
It feels like
points.
a new IP at this point.
New Virtual Console. Nope.
Nope.
Mario Odyssey.
It's a
This was
Media
like-
Mario!
That was the biggest bullshit prediction ever. Though.
It's a Media
I feel like we
No,
should
I-
have ruled that one out. I don't think that one counts.
Let's go, Cappy!
I bet Nintendo will show Mario.
Read it up, boys! Mario.
I thought there would be Uncharted Lost Legacy. Well, no, sure.
Arguably the game of the show, Mario. Let's
Retro
go.
Studios, you got that one, Tyler.
No, he did not. Retro
No,
Studios
they didn't
is
share
not
everything.
doing Metroid Prime 4,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
So I got nothing from Nintendo.
No Super Smash Brothers on the Switch.
Nope.
Not yet, but I'm
No F-Zero.
No
Um,
F-Zero. Our big wishes were F-Zero. Nope. No WarioWare and no Virtual Console or Joy-Con bundles, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, they did
what's
have
the-
the yellow Joy-Con for the arms.
It was a double. It was a both. He was going for two.
Yeah. If you wanted to count that one, but that it doesn't.
Yeah, but it's double or nothing. So
Yeah.
Oh shit! Double Jeopardy time. Oh, it landed on Doom single point expansion. It counts 5 times as much now.
You
So I
wish. Tyler would
I
have
actually
10
have
points if we didn't give him 2.
So I actually have 70 points total, and I actually won. So
Okay, you know what?
yeah.
Actually, let's debate the merits of what the best show of the thing was.
I really liked Mario Odyssey. I thought that looked incredible.
Oh, hey guys.
Um,
I'm gonna do this for the camera. Esposito with the locks of E3.
Yeah,
E3 2017, not of E3 press conferences 2017. I just want to put that out there, make my case.
wait.
Knack should get points, by the way. I'm just letting you know. Knack was revealed during.
Oh,
the
what does
show.
it say on the document now?
Okay.
Oh, it says E3 press conference predictions.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I guess to wrap up, really, we went through the points and stuff like that. Andrew Esposito reigns supreme because he's the greatest. But yeah, I mean, like I said, like very low key E3 this year. I mean, they showed some Kingdom Hearts at an orchestra event. Said we're going to get more information at D23 in July. But yeah, not really too many surprises. I'm excited for Beyond Good and Evil 2. I heard we're going to get a demo, a gameplay of like the engine running and stuff. Marcel Ancel's going to show that coming up soon. But yeah, it's just kind of there.
A lot of that also is a lot of games were shown for 2018. I'm assuming a lot of development teams got pushed back to 2018.
Speaking of that, we're talking about games. PlayStation has come out and said those games that are 2018 are first half of 2018. So H1 of 2018. So like Days Gone, which I heard did not look good at the show. And some other things should be out. Like
I heard better things about Days Gone from like the private demos they were showing. Just about how the playthrough is like can change so much.
I heard it's very Horizon-ish.
Yeah, I mean, I think Horizon.
I still think Days Gone looks like a hot pile of shit. So.
Yeah, I'm not super excited for Days Gone. I'm sure it'll be a fine game.
Who's that studio again?
That is Sony Bend.
Sony Bend. It's been about what 7 years since Sony Bend has been published a game.
No, Sony Bend did Uncharted Golden Abyss.
So it's been about 5 years.
20 years.
Sorry, but
Uncharted Golden Abyss. I haven't heard that name in years. 6 years about. Yeah.
We'll get to our Game of the Year stuff next week. Most of my previews are going to go up next week. I just needed a couple of days to just get back and relax.
Yeah. So like, and there's a lot of great stuff we didn't talk about. Like Ashen, which is like a community-driven Dark Souls type of game, which is really unique and interesting. What's that thing called? Not Jackbox Party Pack, but it's similar. It's like You Pick or
I know what you're talking about.
The PlayStation app, Tyler.
Yeah, it's really cool. I forget what it's called though. But,
yeah,
Supermassive's doing a game for that too.
Yep, Hidden Agenda, which is like a like a hidden role type of game for that system, which seems really cool.
For the most part,
I feel like a Nier Automata character right now.
You look like a Nier Automata character. Ending B though.
For the most part, though, I think that for my winner of E3 is probably going to be PlayStation because they didn't do much, but
my winner was Devolver Digital.
But that's mostly because Xbox kind of didn't really. This was their stage to prove that Xbox One X really was proving the price tag, and they just didn't prove it.
Yeah.
Wait a second, Alex. I have breaking news. I just checked the document again, and Andrew's Stone Cold pick wish was for somebody's head to explode during the Devolver Digital panel.
Oh shit! 100 points.
There it is. Got
Don't
it.
worry. Who cares?
That was a weird thing that they did. Very weird.
I mean, like it was a pre-script.
But Dave Lang, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Dave Lang.
We missed you.
But yeah, what were your guys? What was your guys' best conference?
Check out.
I actually saw Dave Lang.
Did you get to check out Extinction, the game from Iron Galaxy?
I saw it.
How was it?
It's all right.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it's much. It looks like it's a B team, to be honest. But yeah, back to
the A team is working on that Racketeer sequel.
I was gonna say the A team's working on like what DLC characters for Dive Kick.
No, honestly, once you see it, you can understand why I'm saying that. But I'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, I don't think they developed it. I think they're just publishing it.
Yeah, but actually, I do think they're developing it. But what was your favorite conference, and what was your kind of disappointment of all the 6 conferences.
My favorite was Devolver.
Maximum Games is doing Extinction.
Okay. But Andrew, what was your favorite conference?
Man, I really liked Ubisoft solely because there was a lot of heart into it. Gears Emo is a national treasure. I hope Vivendi doesn't hostily take them over that they're planning to right now.
Dude, I hope Vivendi takes them over every single day. I say that before I go to sleep.
It's not even funny.
What?
Yeah,
like,
it's one of those things.
Ubisoft's going to get more corporate? Like, what's going to happen?
If they knock out Eves, my boy Eves, I'd be sad.
Hey, Game Loft's doing fine after the sale. You know, all those hot Game Loft games we're all buying.
Yeah, but what about? Oh, you already said Alex. Yeah, and I think that it was a safe E3. The things that we knew about, we were getting. Even Sony, like, where's Dreams? Where's that Media Molecule game?
They said during their conference that it was going to happen this year, but I was kind of listening to Kind of Funny, and they kind of said that could probably be one studio that you expect that after they release their game.
Yeah, but even then, like, they didn't announce anything new, which was very sad.
But like
they might be holding stuff back for like Paris later this year.
Sure, but that's one studio where I expect that this is their last studio together, and then after they release Dreams, I expect Sony to just close down Media Molecule.
Oh, really?
That would be sad. I hope not.
Well, it's been what? It's been about 4 years, 5 years.
They worked on the Tearaway PlayStation 4 port, so they have a revenue coming in.
But honestly, like, where is it? So
where's Dreams? Yeah, I mean they're probably going to incorporate some VR thing.
Well, I think that's going to be one. Yeah, it's coming to VR.
They did confirm that part of it.
So,
but honestly, where
I think they aren't the biggest.
That's a high scope game. That's a big game. Dreams. I don't know if you remember the demos that they showed, but that's a big undertaking.
It's again, you can be ambitious as you want, but I don't think it's taken too long, and I think the development cost is going to not kill them. But that's my personal preference.
Yeah. I just hope there's more stuff. Like, everything we saw was very generic, like run-of-the-mill stuff. Am I excited for that stuff? Yeah. The stuff they showed of God of War was great. I'm so excited to try that God of War.
I mean, like, we're going to have like 3 more Sony press conferences in the next 5 months. So, I feel like they will. I do get like the weird position they were in. It was an underwhelming E3 for them.
I would be very interested to see how many of those boxes Xbox sells.
They'll sell. I do think the Xbox still has a loyal fan base in North America.
I don't think they sell over 250,000 to start.
You are crazy. That's a low number.
What do you mean? The PlayStation 4 Pro hasn't sold that many. So
that is a low number. So I don't know.
I think they'll sell 0 systems. It's going to be shocking.
Tyler, what was your favorite conference?
Devolver.
All right. But that doesn't really count. That was just tape.
Nintendo #1 then.
Okay.
Mario Odyssey fucking blew me away. So.
Oh, dude, Mario Odyssey, Jesus.
All right, well.
They were giving away hats at the show, and I was so bummed that I couldn't get one.
Dude, Mario Odyssey just looks like nonsense.
We'll
talk about that next week.
Just like Beyond Good and Evil, I'm going to wait until I actually see it. But it looks.
What do you mean? They showed it all the time.
No. Like, I actually go hands on and actually play. I didn't. I didn't have a chance to. Yeah, I didn't.
It's out in October, so it's sooner than later.
That's the.
Also,
that's the 12th.
How insane is this year for Nintendo?
It's still the 12th game on Nintendo.
What do you mean?
But it's still the 12th game on Nintendo Switch. Just
Nintendo's had a better year than anybody so far.
Yeah, that's debatable.
They've had a first-party big game come out every month of the year since the Switch launched.
A port of Mario Kart, a port of Splatoon.
Name me another first-party company that's ever done that.
Last year, 2 years ago with the Xbox One?
For the first year of their console, have a big
we'll see if they can continue
first-party game.
Yeah,
exactly. They have to continue it. But you have games like Zelda, Mario Kart Deluxe, ARMS, Splatoon 2, Mario vs. Mario and Rabbids, excuse me, Mario Odyssey. As
long as I can keep it up, that's
exactly.
That's what we need to be
Those
doing.
are incredible games.
Yep.
Yeah.
But honestly,
the greatest game ever, supposedly with Zelda. So they've been doing huge.
But do you even count Mario Kart or even Splatoon?
Yeah, they're new games.
That's a loose definition of it then, because those are just.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you guys a question.
That's like acting like The Last of Us Remastered wasn't like a big deal for the PlayStation 4.
You watch the Sony and the Microsoft press conferences, and you see very similar things. Crackdown 3s, Uncharted 5s. You look at Nintendo, and you see like games like ARMS and games like that,
and games like Yoshi and games like
Kirby. Those are games that you can only play on a Nintendo platform, and they just look fun. I mean, that's at the end of the day, it comes down to. Sure, I'm excited for all those things, but like Nintendo is in the greatest position that they've ever been in, probably since the Super Nintendo. I think the Wii was a phenomenon, and it took off, but they didn't know how to support the Wii. They didn't know how to make good things. And if third parties get behind the Nintendo Switch, the Switch is gonna be insane. It already is doing insane for them, but I think that like the first party stuff that they've released so far and are gonna release. Now again, Mario and Rabbids might be bad. Splatoon 2 might not have enough content to appease crazy fan bases.
Mario Rabbids is pretty cool, actually.
I'm super excited. I'm saying it has the potential to not come out and be what people want it to be.
I will share a story about that next week when we.
I'm just excited to play these games, and I think that Nintendo's done an incredible job. But I'm excited to play everything.
Let's not forget about the release we're most excited about: Just Dance 28.
Twitch Sports, baby.
So that's coming on Twitch.
Give me the 5.
And it's coming to the Wii still.
Okay.
So.
All right. Thank you for watching the Victory Point Podcast. This has been episode 51. Andrew, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at ASVizito426, and you can find me on vpdaily.com, and you can email me if you want to talk about, how I should have gotten those NAC 2 points at ASVizito@vpdaily.com.
Yeah, email him and tell him why he should have gone to E3.
No, he probably couldn't. No, I'll tell that story next week. But anyways, Tyler, where can they find you at?
Follow me on Twitter at Tyler Treese, and my DMs are open, so slide right in.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
I highly advise that.
You will die shortly after.
DM at your own risk.
Yeah, please.
You can find me on Twitter at Al Martinet. You can read all of our articles at VP Daily. If you're interested in contributing to the website, be a writer, email me at almartinet@vpdaily.com. Until next week on Wednesday, we will see you again, but we hope you have a great week. Later.